Majestic, Marie, and Laura. Got the wrestling world right here, no need to go far. All Girls Podcast, bringing vibes so grand. Talking power bombs and peaches, we've got the upper hand. With a smile, positivity, and tales of the ring. From Eddie Kingston's moves to each title swing, we're here to cheer, laugh, and maybe even cry. Join us on this ride, let's kiss that heel goodbye. Peaches and power bombs, let's start the show, where legends come to dance and superstars glow. Listeners, come closer, hear the stories flow. With Majestic, Marie, and Laura, watch your fandom grow. Every episode's a celebration, moments that we hold. No storyline too big, no champion too bold. For the love of the sport, for each crowd's thunder, wrestling's in our hearts, ever full of wonder. Grow. Every episode's a celebration, moments that we hold. No storyline too big, no champion too bold. For the love of the sport, for each crowd's thunder, wrestling's in our hearts, ever full of wonder. So raise your signs high as we speak the truth of epic rivalries and glory of youth. From Eddie's grit to the Divas' reign, in every bout there's joy amidst the pain. Oh, peaches and power bombs, let's start the show, where legends come to dance and superstars glow. Listeners, come closer, hear the stories flow. With Majestic, Marie, and Laura, watch your fandom grow. Watch your fandom grow.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm Majestic Marie. Unfortunately, Alora could not join me tonight. She is a little bit under the weather. She's not feeling very well. She's got some things going on, so she had to sit this one out today, unfortunately. But you know, there's always me. Don't you just feel privileged? I'm so happy to be here tonight. We're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. I'm going to do the best I can. I usually do better when I have somebody to talk to, but I'll just have to talk to you guys directly. So we're going to do this, and we'll get into it in just a minute. Let me see who is here with me so far. Hello, Christine. Right on time, girl. You're always there for us, and we appreciate it. Make sure that you guys do the things like share, subscribe, tell your friends about us on Peaches and Power Bombs. We're trying to make this a regular thing, trying not to have many weeks off, trying to be more consistent. So even though poor Laura could not join me, you know, sometimes I would cancel. You know what? I'm not going to cancel tonight, so here I am. But before we get into it, let the Briscoe brothers get us hyped up for the show.
Ain't no way, chick. Ain't ready. There ain't no way, man. Ain't ready. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready.
You can say you're ready as many times as you want.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all boys ain't ready.
There's no way, man. Talking about they anxious. You hear him, chick?
Hey.
Somebody losing sleep.
They losing sleep, baby. Man, I've been getting the best sleep of my life.
I've been snoring, baby.
Dreaming about this ass.
Oh, that clip just makes me happy. I never, ever get tired of that. That will forever be the hype clip forever be the hype clip. Yeah. Can y'all believe that how long it's been? I think it's been 3 or 4 years now. Maybe, yeah, about 3 or 4 years now since Jay passed away. It just makes me sad. Timothy is here. Yes, I'm here. It's just me. I am so sorry to do that to you guys. It's just me, but the Royal Rumble is way too important to put off, so I had to come on and we have to talk about it. So guys, make sure that you comment and tell me what you thought about the Royal Rumble. If you guys got to watch it, how you felt about the stadium, how you felt about the crowd, how you felt about the Royal Rumble and the show overall. Did y'all enjoy yourselves last weekend? For the most part, I enjoyed it. There are some things that I didn't quite enjoy, but we will get into that in just a minute. But yes, let's go ahead and get into the show, and we'll start off with the way they started the show, and that was with the Women's Royal Rumble. And I do have to say, for the last couple years, the Women's Royal Rumble has been better than the men's. It's been a while since the men's, has kind of topped the women's, and this year was no different. The Women's Royal Rumble was better than the men's. I enjoyed it for the most part. We had a great start out to the Women's Royal Rumble. We started with number 1, and that was Charlotte. And then, of course, as soon as Charlotte came out, I was like, okay, Alexa's going to be number 2, and they did not disappoint. Alexa Bliss was, in fact, number 2. These two ladies got in there. Of course, they are tag team partners, and, they make jokes about them not being friends, and they played with each other for a few minutes, pretending like they were going to fight each other or throw each other out, but they didn't. Instead, they waited for number 3 to come out, and that was Kiana James, whatever her name is, the girl who's with Julia. She came out, and she actually surprised me with how well she did. They've been sleeping on that girl. She's very good, and we really haven't gotten to see much out of her since she's come up to the main roster. I know she's the legal representation for Julia, but we hardly ever get to see her wrestle. We hardly ever get to see her do much of anything except for maybe tag along with Julia, who is our Women's United States champion at the moment. But she really surprised me, and yeah, I thought she did a really great job. Throughout this whole thing, I know we're not going to go through all 30 women who came in. It's pretty much the same women that you see all the time. Of course, Maxine Dupree and Natty had a little thing in here. And there was a good representation of the NXT women. So Ruka definitely stood out. And I'm going to say it because I liked her ring gear the best. I thought she didn't wear one of those awkward, weird bodysuits, and I really liked her gear. I was like, you know what? I would actually wear that outfit. So that was a little funny to see. Through this thing, we had some tag team partners eliminate each other, either by accident or on purpose. So that made things interesting. I know Charlotte accidentally eliminated Alexa. So we'll see how that fallout goes. Of course, they are on SmackDown, so we don't know how that's going quite yet. But we'll have to see what happens between the two of them on SmackDown tomorrow. Because Charlotte and Alexa, you never know with those two what's going to happen. Kairi accidentally eliminated Asuka, and that was really funny. And has anybody checked on Kairi to see if she is still breathing? We're not sure. she should. I haven't looked on social media to see if she has posted to make sure that she tells us that she is still alive after accidentally eliminating her mentor, Asuka. So we'll have to wait and see on that. And then, of course, the one that everybody is talking about is Liv on purpose now, not by accident like the others, but she on purpose eliminated her partner, Raquel Rodriguez. And of course, you know, we'll talk more about Liv in just a few minutes. I was not expecting any major returns for this women's Royal Rumble because they were in Saudi Arabia. The legends ain't going to want to go over there and put themselves at risk like that if they don't have to. They're not contracted with this company. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to. And I was not expecting to see any of them, you know. So the fact that there were really no legends except for really if the Bella twins, if you count them, that was about it. That's about on par with what I was expecting. Speaking of the Bella twins, we not only had Nikki Bella in this, but we had the return of Brie Bella. And I know there's a lot of people who are not excited about the Bella twins, who didn't like the Bella twins when they were full-time wrestlers in the company. I understand that. But at the same point, I think that the Bella twins tried to work with what they had back in their time. And I'm not mad to see them in the WWE. And from their promo on Raw Monday night, it seems that they are going to be going after the women's tag team titles. And I am not angry at that. I think that that is a great thing. They are the OG women's tag team as far as, you know, the Divas division and everything. And getting to see them actually hold tag team titles for the first time when they've been holding down that fort, you know, when they held on that fort for so long. I think that that will be a nice moment. And I hope that happens at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. But I was happy to see Brie Bella back. She got a great reaction from the crowd too. Also, someone who made their comeback after being out for a little while, and that was Tiffany Stratton. So that was nice to see her. And I think the two women who really stuck out the most as far as showing goes for this Royal Rumble, for the Women's Royal Rumble, Sol Ruca and Lash Legend. I think that those two ladies really stood out and had a great showing. And of course, it would not be complete to talk about this Royal Rumble without talking about our winner, which is, in fact, Little Miss Liv Morgan herself. If you watched our show last week, you know that I predicted her to win. So I was, of course, happy to see her win. She deserves it. She is definitely one of the main event girls in the company right now. She's very exciting to watch. She's very sassy. I like her sassiness. And although I do say that something that I predicted did not happen, I predicted that Raquel Rodriguez would beat Stephanie Vaquer on Monday Night Raw, and that did not happen. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And I think I've done enough talking for a few seconds. Let me see. Timothy says, didn't get to finish the ending of the Rumble because I had to play the drums at a church anniversary having to do God's work. Well, good for you, Timothy. Hope you had a nice time doing that. Women's Royal Rumble. And send me a link. Okay, I'm not. All right, let me see. Okay, let me see. I'm going to send a link really quick to either Harry or Chris. I can't. It's probably Harry. Let me send this link out real quick, and we'll keep going. right. All right, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I thought that the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, was really good. I'm about to be joined, so we'll talk more about it in just a few minutes. But yeah, it was really exciting, and I'm happy for Liv Morgan that she got to win, and we'll just wait and see. I know that she's going to make an appearance on SmackDown this week, probably looking at Jade Cargill for a few minutes, probably just to tease us a little bit before she finally makes her decision, because of course the men's Royal Rumble winner came out and already declared who he's going after. So and we'll talk all about that in just a few minutes as well. So yeah, it's a good time. Let me see. Okay, try not to move on yet until we get our guests back on. There was a couple of things that I didn't necessarily like. I thought that Rhea Ripley's elimination could have been a little bit bigger. I thought that that was a little bit underwhelming, but that was just me being a nitpick thing. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Trying to hold out before we move on. We'll wait and see. I don't want to hold on too long because I'll lose all my people. But yeah, the Women's Royal Rumble was really good. I think it was over an hour long. I think it was one of the longest Women's Royal Rumbles. It seemed like it was a longer one anyway than it normally is. So I enjoyed it though. I really did. Oh goodness. Okay, I think we have Harry coming on.
Hello, Marie.
Hi, Harry. I am so sorry for the last minute. Hey, can you come and help me out? But I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem. I was out on the road when you did. Yeah, I was on the road when that happened. I saw that you had put something in the chat, and I was like, I'm gonna have to wait till I get home to see that. And Chris had called me, and I said, Marie sent something, and I said, let's see what in the world she sent. And Chris had seen it. Chris at work, but he called me from his job, and I looked and I saw that. I said, man, let me get on here and help Marie.
Oh, you are
so Marie.
You are so wonderful. Yeah. Unfortunately, Alora texted me 30 minutes before we were supposed to go on. It's like, hey, I don't feel good.
Okay.
So we were talking about the Women's Rumble. Is there anything about the Women's Royal Rumble that stuck out to you? What did you like? What did you not like? And were you happy with the winner?
Well, yeah, I'm happy with the winner. I thought the Women's Rumble was way better than the men, just like it was last year.
Way better.
So yeah, I was pleased with that, and that was the best part of the show. I have no problem with Liv winning it. I wish it would have been a newcomer. Somebody else would have won it, but I have no problem with Liv winning it. To tell you the truth, because you basically want right now, and you need for somebody that's a star. You need somebody that's a star to pretty much carry that division. To carry actually WWE, they need to have stars to carry it right now. So Liv have improved so much, and I mean she's a top tier women's wrestler. So
yes,
yeah, I have no problem with her winning.
I think that Liv is probably, at least for this year, the perfect choice to win the Royal Rumble because there's so much story that could be told with there, especially with Raquel losing for the third time to get the women's title from Stephanie Vaquer. And of course, we had Liv Morgan eliminate Raquel in the Royal Rumble.
I like that. That was good.
So there's a lot to see and a lot to tell there. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I am too. I love that smile that she gave, and that's one thing about Liv. Since turning a heel, she has just been diabolical, and
Yes.
she plays that role to the T, and it's like
Yeah.
It's so real that's her, and yeah, it's made her, I believe, that attitude and everything like that has made her a better wrestler. That character have made her a better wrestler. So yes, she definitely deserved to win. But yeah, I thought there was some good performances, especially from Lash Legend. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
she did really good.
Yeah, she did very well. Let's see what what's gosh, I can't think of the other one. The other one that's in Judgment Day. What is Roxy?
Oh, Roxanne? Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, she did really well. Let's see. But yeah, it was a lot of great performances in this. I thought Lara Curie did pretty good there. But yeah, Liv came in, and Liv she showed a thing, and then she pretty much she pulled it out. So big up to Liv.
Yeah, we had a lot of good showings with the NXT girls too. Sol Ruca really did a great job. I think she was in the final. She was in the final 3 there. So congratulations to Sol Ruca, and I thought she had the best gear.
Yeah, she did. She did. She looked. I like the way she looked, and yeah, the things that she do in her athleticism is just top notch. And coming from, she had that injury not too long ago, about a year ago, and she came off the injury and still able to pull off what she's able to pull off, and not afraid to do it. So that's great to see. And man, yeah, she got close, and I think they have a star in the making with her. So. I can't wait.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her future going forward. So that's gonna be really good too. But yeah, that women's division is cooking right now. It's very strong, very strong.
Especially the women's tag team division. It's on fire. I think you could arguably say that it feels more important than the single titles right now.
It does. I mean, and they have a focus on it, something that they should have done a while back with the men's tag team division. I've been wanting them to do that ever since we started Straight Up Wrestling Show for over 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4.5 years ago. I've been, somebody need to focus on that, but they never have gotten that right. But this right here seems like they have the women's division, tag team division right. And all they, just long as they don't overproduce it, I think they have something really good on their hands, and it's going to help build professional wrestling back up. So I look forward to seeing that this year. The women's
Speaking of the tag team division, we have the OG Divas tag team back together again, and that is the Bella Twins. So, I wasn't expecting a whole lot of legends in this because of them being in Saudi Arabia. So I wasn't really expecting that. So, but the return of Brie Bella and her and Nikki going after the women's tag team championships, I'm not too upset about that. I've been wanting to see them with those tag titles for a little while now, just because. So I think it's great. I think it's good.
Oh yeah. I think those two pretty much. They add a flair. They add a little flavor to the tag team division. As far as the Bella Twins, like you said earlier, I've been listening to you for a while here, for like the last 10-15 minutes, trying to get ready to jump on here with you. But yeah, they back when they got into it, it was mostly divas and trying to look sexy, see who's the best looking. It wasn't all about the wrestling that you see now, but those girls are still pretty good, and they still in great shape. And I think I definitely think they'll be able to hang with these with a lot of these newbies out here and able to pick up a lot of things as they go. I think they're going to look really good if they take their time with them as far as bringing them along in the tag team division. And I can see them winning it down the road somewhere if they actually stick with it. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think that we're going to probably see them win it at WrestleMania, and I wouldn't be too mad at that.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't either. To tell you the truth. I definitely wouldn't be.
So let's see. Christina's saying hello to Harry.
Hey, Christina.
We definitely appreciate Harry coming on here at the last minute and helping a girl out. Lash, did get booed, but that's because she was a heel.
Yep.
And Alma's here. And
Alma Clark, what's going on?
she says that the women's Royal match was the match of the night. And then she mentioned AJ Styles and Gunther, and we're getting
It sure
into
was.
that right now. Oh my goodness, Harry. This match just took the wind out of my
AJ Styles
sails.
and Gunther.
This match took the wind out of my sails. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was a big.
It was emotional.
Yeah. Oh yes, I can understand why. I definitely can understand why. You know, AJ, he's from your, he's from your area and everything. I mean, he's not just that. It's just that he's been within the last 20 years, basically 15 to 20 years. I say the last 15 years, basically, WWE. He's been a main cog as far as in the wrestling world, and so many people love him. And when he says phenomenal, he's definitely that. He's a he's a phenom.
Yeah.
A great guy, somebody that pretty much, he embodies the whole art of wrestling, and that's the type of person that you want to see in this business. And man, so yeah, that's very, it's a sad thing to see him in that situation, because you kind of had a feeling they're going to let Gunther win the match, because they don't want to bring Gunther down any farther than what they did when, of course, he tapped out to Jey Uso. So you kind of feel a little about that, that hey,
right.
AJ's probably going to leave out of here.
Yeah, I was hoping. I love AJ Styles so much, and not just because he's from my neck of the woods or anything. I just think he's been so good for so long, and he is such a good person too. So it's always nice to see someone with such a good moral standing in the place that he was, because this is wrestling, and there have been some questionable characters within it. So to see someone with his moral standing in that position has always been nice to see. And he's probably in my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. And I am not ashamed to say that I cried at the end of this match. I sure did. I sure did. The tears were just flowing.
Yeah, I can understand.
I'm not ready.
I mean, me and Chris, we had feelings about that too.
I'm not ready to say goodbye to AJ Styles. I thought I was getting a year to say goodbye to AJ Styles. And it looks like he is going to be gone. Just from the things that I've heard across the board, that this was it.
Wow.
And I'm just very thankful. I am very, very thankful that the last match I got to see him in was front row seat on the SmackDown in November. So. Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I hate to see him go too. He's one of my. He's in my top. I guess since we've been doing this, he's one of my top 4. Definitely one of my top 4, if not number 1 or 2. I mean, I just loved everything about him as far as in wrestling. And he carries himself. He carries himself in a way that a wrestler should carry himself. I mean, he's great. He's he doesn't mind. One thing about him, he's so confident in his abilities. He doesn't mind putting other people over. And so I got to give all kind of credit for that, even though it seemed like certain things that was happening to him later on, these last couple of years maybe hurt his career a little bit. But no, I think he went out. I think he went out the right way. And what I'm talking about is, them putting him in the forefront, even though he didn't win against Gunther, they still put him out there in the forefront and pretty much build up, showed everybody the importance of AJ Styles in this business. So, I just, I can't. I will give. That's one thing I will say about WWE. Triple H. That is one thing that he did do right. He did give him a send off worthy of somebody of AJ Styles, worthy of a champion, a world champion, somebody that's internationally known, that deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do in this business.
Right, right. And I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen, especially when the Monday night before the Royal Rumble, he had that match with CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. And
Mhm.
as soon as they announced that match, I was like, he must be leaving because they're just giving this away for free. And this is a dream
Oh yeah.
match of mine, you know?
Oh
So,
yeah.
um, yeah, when he came out, when CM Punk came out with AJ Styles, I was like, oh gosh, this is it, isn't it? This is it.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh
crying through that match too. So
yeah. Yeah, I can see it. But yeah, incredible. I mean, incredible. It just, man, I'm happy that we witnessed, was able to witness the ending of it, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like house shows, which Cody Rhodes is talking about, they need to get back to house shows. It wasn't
I agree
something
with
like
that.
that. It could,
Right.
It's good that we was able to see it, on TV and in front of a big stage, on a big stage like that. So that was good.
And it wasn't a hokey thing, embarrassing thing, because back in the day,
Right.
with Vince McMahon, when someone was leaving, he liked to embarrass them on their way out, and that didn't happen.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
I was happy to see that. He did
No
go
doubt.
out with dignity, very much so.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Christina's bringing something up about him finishing up in TNA, where his career began. What do you think about that? Do you think that you see that happening, especially at the end there, after he lost the match and they were giving him the ring and everything, where it looked like he was taking off the gloves and then he thought twice about it, picked them up and put them back on. So do you see him still wrestling and maybe just somewhere else?
It could happen. It could be like, okay, I'm gonna finish it where it started, because he's like, it was like a tease, like, hey, not really, it's not over yet, but I do think he wants it to be over so he can pretty much spend time at home. But I think he knows. I don't think his heart is completely out of it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to TNA and finish it up. I think that will be I think that would be the icing on the cake. I have nothing against him going to AEW, but I think the style that he has will be better fit in TNA to finish his career, or to finish his career. I think it'd be great if he did that. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens.
With Vince, but I don't think that AEW is the right fit for him.
No, I don't think so either. So I definitely don't want him to go there. So, but I can see it TNA.
With their track record of signing someone on, getting excited, throwing them in the champion's face just for them to get beaten to an oblivion.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to see that happen. No doubt. But yeah, I was happy with it. I actually enjoyed that match, this match. But yeah, I was happy with that. So the first two matches I was pretty excited about in the Rumble. Not gonna say I was excited about the whole Rumble, but those
right.
I was.
Right. That match made me incredibly sad, and I can't say that I enjoyed it. But I can say that it was respectful, and it was, if he did want to go, that it was the right thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, AJ Styles is leaving and Gunther is staying, and we don't want to hurt Gunther because he's the one showing up for work the next day. So next up, we had the WWE title on the line, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. I do have to say that I didn't pay attention to the first probably 10 minutes of this match, just because I was still crying about AJ Styles being gone.
Okay.
So I'm going to be honest. It took me out a little bit. It took me out.
Right.
It was good. But like I said, it was hard to pay attention due to the emotions of the last match. And I had a feeling that it wasn't quite Sammy's time yet. I have a feeling that they're going to wait a little bit, maybe even a year before But and plus there's too much happening with Jacob and Cody with Drew McIntyre for them to just shift the title over to Sami Zayn quite yet.
Exactly.
So
Well, yeah, what's the name? Triple H wants to put the title on Sammy, from what I understand. They've been talking about that for the last 3 or 4 months, that they're going to put the title on Sammy. But I didn't think it was time for it. It was an average match at best. The first 10 minutes, you really didn't miss too much of anything. It's basically like they was filling each other out, and I don't know why. It's like, I don't know what it was. Maybe they was trying to prove something to people, but it turned out to be an okay match. Let's see. I don't think the fans got into it that much, and I don't think, as far as, because us on a Straight Up Wrestling show and the people that was the people that was watching it with us on the Straight Up Wrestling show could get into it. It was a hard match really to get into. I was like, wow, something, it seemed like this was kind of like rushed, and maybe they will revisit it somewhere. But I'm not exactly sure. But I think Sammy, he showed. I think he showed. Now Drew McIntyre did show the people that he is worthy to be the WWE World Champion right now.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, this match late run down the road.
I thought it was a good match. I think the problem is that the crowd just wasn't into it because AJ Styles just lost.
So yeah, that's exactly
their
right.
heart was just broken.
Mm-hmm.
And when you break the fans' heart, it's hard for them to get right back into a match and be excited about it. So
yeah, and it seemed like Drew. It seemed like Drew and Sammy. It seemed like they was emotionally involved in that too.
With they probably were.
A legend, just a true legend, a living legend of the sport, just just pretty much gave it up. And I think, but it's just that I think both of them was pretty much affected by the event that happened right before. They like, hey, we got to come after this, when that match probably should have been the last match of the night.
I'm going to be honest, it should have been, because it was hard to get back into anything after that. It really was. It really was. And my niece, AJ Styles, is her favorite wrestler too. And I'm we always had a thing for when AJ Styles would come out for his match or a promo or something, we would text each other and we would be like, in all caps, "That's our boy AJ," right. And the fact that we can't do that anymore, that hits you like a ton of bricks. It really does. All right. Let's talk about this debacle of a men's Royal Rumble. It was very slow. At the beginning.
You got comments?
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm going to say that it did start really well with Obafemi looking like a total beast. I enjoyed his whole time in there. Obafemi looked fantastic. We lost Terry. Obafemi was really great in the men's Royal Rumble. He started off as number 1. I was happy to see him in the Royal Rumble. I thought that this was a great main roster debut for him. I don't think you could get any bigger than debuting in the Royal Rumble. I wasn't expecting him to win, so when he got eliminated, I was like, yeah, that's about on par. I think Brock eliminated him. Some people didn't like that, but yes, I do think that AJ Styles and Gunther should have been the last match.
Marie?
Hello. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I got knocked off by it. I touched something and it went haywire.
Yeah, I understand how that is. Technology can be Rude.
yeah.
So I was talking about Obafemi's being number one and his performance in the Royal Rumble, and it was probably one of the highlights of the Men's Rumble, actually. Uh-oh, did I lose you again? Uh-oh. I think you froze.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Harry, you froze. Yep, you froze.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. What about now?
That's much better, yes.
Okay, good. All right. Hopefully it stays this way.
Yes,
But
I know. I've asked this question 3 times now, and then our
Yeah.
computers just doesn't want to hear your answer. What did
Yeah.
you think of Obafemi in the Royal Rumble?
I liked it. I think they did well with it, but I do think they overproduced it a little bit. But I can understand, they're trying to make a monster. They're trying to, you really don't have. You do have a powerhouse, but they're not using him like a powerhouse. As far as Drew McIntyre, who's the champion.
Right.
You do have. Let's see who else. I mean, of course, Braun Breaker is a powerhouse. But Braun Breaker is just basically a beast. Run out and just boom.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh! Again? Wow! Okay, but yeah, it's it was really good. I just think as far as oh god, I'm in trouble. Wow. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes and no.
Okay. Wow. Man, I'm just like, this thing been acting up ever since I got home. But yeah, I don't know how much of it that you heard, but yeah, I think they did really well. I do think they probably, when it got to like the third person that he eliminated, I think maybe they should have had him wrestle a little bit more, probably another 3 to 4 minutes before the next elimination, because at first they just had him boom, 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 eliminating. And pretty much he ran out of gas. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I know what they were
By the
trying to
time
do.
Brock got in, they ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think that they were trying to recreate Brock Lesnar 2020 Royal Rumble, and because everybody looks at that Royal Rumble and says that was the best men's Royal Rumble of the modern era, and I have to agree with that. It's probably my favorite,
right?
Because I was 5 when 1992 happened, so I didn't really see that, or I don't remember it anyway.
Right.
So I don't remember that one. So to me, that's my favorite one, and I think that they were trying to recreate that, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, it looked like. That's true.
How did you feel about Le Grande?
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Americano.
Yeah, how did you feel about the Spider-Man meme, them pointing at each other like, no, it's me, no, it's you.
It was kind of hilarious because you could come, if you into wrestling nostalgia, the history of wrestling, you can pretty much come up with so many different scenarios off of that. It's like, everybody on our panel and our group was saying, okay, that's when what's the name come out? What is the guy used to be with Otis? What is his name?
Chad Gable.
The guy that used to be with Otis. The guy what? Yeah,
Chad Gable.
Okay, when the guy came out, the short Americano come out.
Yeah,
and people saying
the
that's
OG.
Chad Gable, that's Chad Gable, and Chris like this. Yeah, Chris like there's no flipping way. They ain't Chad Gable. So we basically played along. That's not Chad Gable. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Americano, Grande. He's been around for a long time and everything like that, And those two guys used to be partners back in the day. That's 1 and that's 2. So now they upset with each other. So basically, you can play off of that. So it's so many things that you can go with there. So it's definitely a storyline there, even though it's a mystical, storyline, really, not a
Right.
true storyline. But wrestling was known for that back in the day. They would come up with
Right.
storylines that they would come up with partners that never used to be partners and things like that, brothers or something like that. So yeah, you can go a lot of ways with that if they did it right. But I think now it's more comical. But I thought it was funny. So
Yeah, I thought it was funny too.
I had no
And you
problem
know
with
what? It's okay to have a little bit silliness. It doesn't always have to be so serious. And
Oh
just
yeah,
a little flavor
right.
of silliness with him, and then Damian Priest giving Mr. Iguana and his puppet a double choke slam, it was cute. It was cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
so
But
I will tell you some things that I didn't like about the Royal Rumble. The men's Royal
right.
Rumble. There was a lot of eliminations
Oh
that
gosh,
just felt so underwhelming. Why in the world did they eliminate
yeah.
Brock Lesnar during Jey Uso's entrance?
I
Why?
have no flipping clue. That's crazy. And Brock being a part-timer, but we know he's a beast. And I mean, he got in
Yes.
there and hey, he handled Obi Feeney. He handled it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
You got to let that carry on. Brock definitely should have been one of the last three in there, but they went ahead and they eliminated him. I'm like, this is flat out crazy what they're doing here. And Cody took Cody out of there. And
I
they were
like
taking
the
people
way
out
that
early.
Cody.
And then you had
I like the way that Cody was eliminated. I thought that was right on par.
I
with
have
having-
no problem
yeah.
with the way I have no problem with the way he was eliminated. It's kind of like where he was eliminated. To me, I think they should have waited a little, maybe a couple minutes longer before they did that. Hey, it's he did need. I do think he should have been eliminated. I do think that, but I do think they should have prolonged it just a little bit more. But they did it in the right way. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah. It was awkward the way that they did it. There was some things I just didn't like. And that was probably the main one.
I didn't like
And
the way.
I have a feeling that they made sure that Brock Lesnar was eliminated before Gunther came out. I think that they are trying to torture me because they know that I have been waiting on this for years. I traveled to Tampa in 2024 so I could see it in person, and it didn't happen then because of the Vince McMahon stuff. And I was upset. And now that Brock was back and I knew he was going to be in the Rumble and I knew that Gunther was going to be in the Rumble, I was like, oh, yes, I'm finally going to get my Gunther and Brock Lesnar standoff. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Triple H was saying. He's like he was saying, this is what the people want to see, but I'm not going to give it to them. That was kind of crazy. I didn't like
waiting.
Look, I can understand what they try. Yeah, I can understand what they're trying to do with Brock. I mean, Braun Breaker when it boils down to it. But I think that was messed up the way they did that, and pretty much, had him eliminated right away. I would have loved to see him and Oba go at it for a while.
I know. I'm just
that's me. I'm kind of like yeah.
Because
I LA
felt
Knight. LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight. I feel so bad for LA Knight. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I feel so bad for him. And he got in there and big time. And he got in there and he showed out. But I was like, this is not gonna last too long. He got in there and put together 4 minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes of great work, and then like the last minute and a half, you knew he was gonna be eliminated. And it was like a crying shame.
They did Trick Williams wrong too.
And I could. Yeah. Well, Trick kind of looked awkward in He looked awkward in that match.
He wasn't in the match long enough to look awkward to me.
No. He wasn't in there long. No, he wasn't in there long.
No.
It's like Marie. It's like I could read that he knew he was going to be out of there quick. I could read it from his body language. It's like he was like saying, "Well, let me see if I can get a few shots in here because I'm not going to be in here long," And so
that didn't make any sense to me either, because he's been getting nose to nose with Sami Zayn and Randy Orton and all of these, main event guys. And I'm like, really? You had him in his debut coming out, getting in the faces of future Hall of Famers and world champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yet he's only going to be in the Royal Rumble for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the actual number, but you know what I mean.
It seemed like it. Yeah, I think it was a little bit longer, but it seemed like it was that a few minutes. And I think they brought Powerhouse Hobbs in there the wrong way too. I mean,
that seems more like they're giving the middle finger to AEW. That's what that was all about.
Right, exactly.
I was happy to see him, but it was underwhelming.
Yeah, I was too. But the way they put him in there, and he basically stood up and was looking at, he's looking at people and like, okay, I'm here and I'm gonna intimidate you on Powerhouse Hobbs. But as far as in the WWE, a lot of these guys, his size are bigger. So, in my opinion, I think he should have went in there. They should have put him in there. He should have went in there attacking, just fighting, just beating people, throwing them out at first, kind of like the same way as Oba Feeney. But don't put the attention on him, because the attention is going to be on him automatically anyway, because he's from AEW. Everybody knows that. The attention was going to be there. But go in there, have him go in there and storm the ring like he's Ultimate Warrior or somebody, throwing people out of the ring and, and basically doing his thing. So, and
did he eliminate anyone? Did he eliminate anyone in the Royal Rumble, or did he just go in there and not do much?
I don't remember him. He didn't eliminate. I don't remember him eliminating anybody. I remember him joining up with people trying to eliminate people, but I don't remember him eliminating anybody. Wow.
All right, let me see. I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah, glad you are.
Oh, he eliminated Damian Priest.
Oh yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay, then that's okay.
Damian should have. Man, they downplayed Damian in that match too. In my opinion, Damian is so great.
I like
it's like too. It was so awkward. Yeah, it's like it was so awkward that these guys. It's like, some the superstars were like, I really can't show my stuff. I really can't go all out. It's basically a newcomer type thing. And the guys that was really good that you expected to come in and dominate, like Brock and all them, it's like they knew that, okay, I'm only getting 3-4 minutes in here, and that's all they giving me. And it's like they was thinking, it's like everybody that was in there was like second guessing what was going on, except for Oba Feeney. I think Oba, I think he knew his mission 100% in that match, and he pretty much carried it out. And I think Javon Evans did too.
Yes, I was about to say that Javon Evans was the Iron Man, the MVP of the Men's Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, big time. But yeah, I think they knew their mission in that match, but I think everybody else was thrown for a loop of how it was gonna go. And and like I said, LA Knight, he seemed like he wanted to be anywhere else besides being there. He was like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. And, I know they're not going to treat me right. And I felt bad for him. I really did.
Yeah. I felt bad for him too. Jacob Fatu was underwhelming too.
Oh yeah. Big time. I forgot he was even in there, but yeah, he was. I was like, wow.
So, Timothy makes a
what? Go ahead.
Timothy makes a good points something out that there was no NXT men in the Royal Rumble either. How do you feel about that? I mean, I know we had some AAA guys in there, and I was okay with that. I
Yeah.
was okay with Mr. Iguana being in there because he's a funny little character and he'll bring some entertainment
Yeah.
to it. But you know,
Yeah,
I
I was stunned. I was stunned that they didn't have somebody from NXT. I really was.
I was expecting
see.
to see either Ricky Saints or Joe Hendry or someone in there, but nope, they weren't.
Oh yeah,
there.
it would have been great. They would have got a pop. They would have got a pop
Yeah.
if he would have had them in there. But you know, it's everything was awkward. Even from Jey Uso pretty much going into the crowd and dancing. Doing yeeting and everything. To going, then going into the Rumble while he's yeeting while the match is going on. So
yes,
I'm like, man, I'm just like, what is this? But yeah, that Royal Rumble was from the start.
I would have been okay with that if they had someone go up behind him while he was rolling it back and tipping him over and eliminating him. That would have been
that would have been
hilarious.
Yeah, it would have been. It definitely would have been.
It'd been like, dude, you should have been paying attention. This is the Royal Rumble, dude. You won this match last year. You know how intense it is, and you should take it more seriously. It was
right in there dancing. I'm like, come on now.
Well, the winner, and when we got to the end, I was pretty much knew who was going to win, and I'm not too angry about it. About Roman Reigns being the winner, I'm not too angry about it because
I'm not.
The last time he won the Royal Rumble, he got booed out of the building, and he did not deserve that. So I was happy that he got to win a Royal Rumble with cheers this time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm happy that he won it because right now WWE needs it. It's not just WWE, as far as wrestling needed all together. When it boils down to it, each guy, and that's from every single company, from the WWE on down to AEW, to TNA, to NWA Power, all the way down to the indies. Everybody got to be into this thing together. Everybody, as far as wrestling, saving wrestling and putting wrestling back where it needs to be, all of them need to be in here together, and you need the biggest stars to pretty much shine. So Roman, that was good because we saw what happened the next night. We saw what happened Monday night. That was great. That was outstanding. So yeah, Roman, I'm glad that Roman won. I was just wondering, I'm like, okay, is Roman going to come back for a while? Because Roman, basically said, creativity in WWE has to stay up. He said in the last 2 years, we really haven't done anything. He said this thing haven't been creative. And he was giving Nick Khan, pretty much props for everything that Nick Khan is doing, not Triple H. He didn't say nothing about Triple H. He was saying that we need to be creative. He said nothing has been going on in the last 2 years. He said we haven't had no good storylines or anything. So I think he's really into what's going on right now, and he wants to play his part. So yeah, I'm happy that he won. I'm really
I am too, and especially after that promo on Monday Night Raw, it was so good.
Oh yeah, that was incredible.
It was so good, and I don't know, have we? Yes, we have. Never mind. I was about to ask, have we known this early who the Royal Rumble winner is going to choose? But we have, because I was there that night when Cody Rhodes won in 2024, and he pretty much pointed at Roman Reigns and said, "I'm coming for you." So, there it is. There it is. I think that there was a lot of guys that they could have went with that hadn't been in that position before, and it would have been good.
Right.
But storyline wise, I think that Roman Reigns was probably the only way to go because
yes, exactly. He was the best choice.
I believe so too.
Yeah, because you really could not put anybody else in that position that would have came up with the storyline that I think we're going to get as far as CM Punk, the drama and everything that
Yeah.
we're going to get as far as trying to pull everything up in wrestling. I mean, even if you could have put it on Brock or whatever, even if Brock would have won it, because we know what Brock going to do. It does not matter if Brock gets that title or whatever. He's going to be a part-timer, even less than Roman. So that wouldn't have worked, I don't think. So
No.
they made the right choice, I believe.
And I think that they're really going to do something. I do have a feeling that we are going to see Gunther and Brock at some point this year. I don't know if it'll be at WrestleMania, but it will be sometime this year, I believe. So, they're on this career killer thing. So Brock Lesnar is an old timer too. So if they retire all my favorites in the same year, Harry, I'm going to be, I don't know what I'm going to do.
That wouldn't be good for you.
No.
Marie, that wouldn't be good.
No, it would be the worst year ever.
Oh yeah. Well, you've been talking about hate. I mean, he already got a lot of hate on him right now, but goodness sake, I think a lot of the hate that Gunther is getting, like I was telling Chris, I was telling everybody the other night, I think a lot of this stuff is personal. It's on a personal level with Gunther. It's not just, it's not just wrestling hate. It's a personal level hate. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of, back in the territory days, people had that personal hate toward wrestlers, that was heels. And, they would stab you. They would do whatever they could. They would throw bricks through your car windows, and, they would do whatever they could to pretty much get at you. But that is the type of heat that Gunther is getting right now. It's not just, hey, we just booing you. Hey, we can't stand you for what you done to John Cena. We hate you because hey, a lot of people look at, they have these personal feelings, toward wrestlers, and some of it is not healthy. Some of it is like your thing, with goodness sake, man, Eddie, your thing with Eddie. I mean, that's a personal thing. I mean, but your thing is healthy with Eddie. Eddie, he helped you emotionally and with your, with the problems that you have. But a lot of people are just kind of like obsessed with, they get a little obsessed with some wrestlers and things like that. And they can get and they take things a little too serious. And I think that what happened when he beat John Cena, because those people were there was some people out there that were ready to kill him when he left that arena. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen this since the 70s, man. I'm not when I was a kid. I was there when Ole Anderson got stabbed 33 times in Greenville Auditorium by a fan. I was there. I was 8 years old. I was like, oh my gosh. So
I don't want to do that to Gunther, and I still really like Gunther. Okay, I really like Gunther a whole lot. But there was probably about 2 minutes worth of the Royal Rumble where I hated Gunther's guts. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, Gunther, dude, I don't know how to feel about you right now because you're taking one of my favorites away, and I think I have the right to hate you for a couple minutes. I'm going to live in kayfabe land, and I'm going to hate you for a couple minutes. I'll get out of it.
And to tell you the truth,
I
think I know what you're talking about. I did, for some reason, that's the first time I didn't like him either. I mean, like I'll say a minute and a half. I'm like, wait a minute, who is this dude? I don't know if I really like him like that anymore. I'm like, then I had to come back to reality. I'm like, wait a minute, I like the guy. I know what he's doing. And wrestling right now needs a character like that. It really does.
They do.
But
they do. They need someone to hate.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
And
he is wow. And he, like I said, they have to do this because they hurt him so bad when they did that thing with Jay. And I'm like, this is damage control. They have got to get past that. And right now they're getting past it with the hate. People hate him so much they're forgetting about. They're gonna forget soon enough. They'll be forgetting about when he tapped out.
Well, we hope so. They're still chanting that at him. So we'll have to see.
They still doing that. Yeah, they still doing that.
There was no place for CM Punk on the card. I was okay because he had just defended the title several times in a row in the past couple weeks. He defended it against Braun Breaker at main event, Saturday night's main event. He defended it on a Monday Night Raw against Finn Balor, and he also defended it against AJ Styles last week on Monday Night Raw as well. And we still have this thing going on with Finn Balor. Finn Balor was the Royal Rumble was full, so there was no place for Finn Balor. So that just set up this little thing with Finn Balor and CM Punk. And of course, CM Punk and Roman Reigns is going to be the main event of WrestleMania as well. So, I was okay with him not being on the show. I don't think that there was a place for him at that point.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, it would have been great if he was, but I mean, I did not miss him on the show, and it was great for him to be on there the next night, and this thing between him and Roman went down. So that was good. But as far as CM Punk, maybe he could have had a solo match, but if he did have a solo match, I think it should have been early, an early match up or something like that.
Right. Well, that was the Royal Rumble. It was a mixed bag of emotions. We laughed, we cried, we celebrated, we hated some of it. Real quick, before we end it out, I forgot to ask this. Do you have any idea who the masked man is who is attacking Braun Breaker?
Oh gosh, that is crazy. That is crazy. I'm not exactly sure.
I've been making jokes all weekend about it being Adam Pearce.
Oh gosh, that would be so funny. That would be so hilarious. I did not even think about that. But if that's Adam Pearce, I will be cracking up. Now, Chris don't want Adam Pearce wrestling Braun Breaker, but I think that would be great if they did do that. Of course, Adam won't win the match, but Adam has enough in the tank to where I think he'll be able to get in there and hang for a while.
What's wrong with the scrap daddy Adam Pearce?
Yeah,
Former
exactly.
NWA champion.
No way. But exactly. All right, man. But I didn't say hey to Mag. I'll go and say I see Mags in the house.
Hi.
And anybody that I didn't say hey to or whatever, we haven't got to. We definitely glad that you're here or whatever. So what's going on with everybody? I'm glad that you're here checking out me and Majestic Marie, and I'm glad Majestic Marie, she did invite us. Hey Chris. Unfortunately, Chris is at work, but I'm here, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the show. Yeah. But as far as the masked person, some people saying Logan Paul. I don't think it's Austin Theory. I don't think it's him. It looked like Seth would have been doing that, but I don't think it's Seth freaking Rollins.
It's not Seth.
I don't know who's doing this, Marie, and it could be Adam Pearce doing it. It could be, and you know what? When I think about the build of the guy, the thickness of the guy and all that, and the size of him, the height, that could have been Adam Pearce. And if that's Adam Pearce, that is so funny.
I said it as a joke, Harry. I wasn't I wasn't expecting you to run with that. It was a joke.
Yeah. I can see it happening. If they did that, then they have pulled off something that I haven't seen for years, and they pulled off a great storyline, and they have got to play it to the hilt, man. That it turns out to be Adam Pearce, and they got to have a match. They got to have they got to have something that's really serious. And since Adam Pearce wanted Braun to lose, now you can't go with. Like back in the day in the territories, loser leave town, but you can have loser leaves the WWE or whatever. You can
loser leaves Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw. Yeah, it'll be good. And I mean, and it won't have to be forever. But like, say if Adam loses, he has to leave for 4 months or whatever, or if Braun loses, he has to leave for a few months or something like that. They definitely can have something like that. Will be incredible because Adam was kicking Braun off the show. So if they go with that scenario, it'll be outstanding. I would love it. But I'm running with it because it seemed to be the best way to go for them if they went that way. So that is great thinking, Marie. That's great thinking.
Wrestling needs that. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, but it's really funny to think about nevertheless.
Well, if that's it, that will be so funny. I was like, wow, we'll have to go back to this and put you a short on that and say Marie called it. definitely will have to go back to that. That would be incredible.
Yeah, it's some funny stuff. Yeah, well, that was the Royal Rumble. There was tears and laughter and ups and downs and all around. So, it wasn't a horrible show.
Not at all.
But it wasn't the greatest Royal Rumble I've ever seen either.
Nope, it wasn't.
And the road to WrestleMania, we are on going to that. So we'll have to. We lost Harry. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And thank you guys so much for joining me. I saw Wesley, I saw Christine and Timothy and Shane and yeah. Let me go to the comments. Yes, Alma was here and Mag. Oh, there he is.
All right, I'm back.
I'm just saying who was here. Molly was here. Thank you so much. And, of course, our regulars were here as well. And we appreciate you guys commenting and talking to us and hanging out with us and going over the Royal Rumble. And thank you so much, Harry, for coming on and saving me. Welcome. I do not do well by myself. My mouth gets dry and I get a sore throat for talking too much.
Well, I'm glad to be of assistance. Anytime.
Well, thank you so much.
Anytime you on like this and you need me, hey, I'm usually at home. I work from home mostly, so just hit me up. Just send it. I'm always on my phone or whatever, something near to what if you go on and you don't have anybody with you, definitely hit me up. You got something that you specific you want to talk about, hit me up and I'll be glad to come on with you. Definitely.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And of course, Harry, do you want to plug Straight Up Wrestling Show real quick?
Yeah, I didn't stream this to my audience, to our audience, but hey, a lot of you that came in here are from Straight Up Wrestling Show. Definitely appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody from Peaches and Power Bombs. But yeah, if you don't know about Chris and I, hey, check us out, Straight Up Wrestling Show. You can check us out on Facebook. Hey, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch and check us out on X, formerly known as Twitter. But everything is just Straight Up Wrestling Show. That's all it is to it. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming in. And hey, if you on here, you from Straight Up Wrestling Show, you're not subscribed to Peaches and Power Bombs. Hey, subscribe to Peaches and Power Bombs. But hey, definitely give us a like, wherever you at, and tell your friends about this show or whatever. Tell them come back and check it out. Because me and Marie, we talked about a lot of good things here about the Rumble. It was not the greatest Rumble. Just put it that way. It was not the best Rumble, but it is what it is. I mean, it was wrestling. It was not a horrible night. It's just, I just think they lacked a little bit. They lacked a little bit, but the Women's Royal Rumble, it delivered like always. They definitely delivered there, and AJ and Gunther, they delivered in that matchup too. So it was a historic night because of AJ, because of what AJ Styles leaving. We don't know exactly if he's going to leave wrestling completely, but leaving WWE is that is a historical mark too. So hey,
still big deal.
Yes, it is. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you guys coming in, and that's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and of course, Ray and I will be here on Wednesday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, to go over AEW Dynamite and all of the what's been happening over there on AEW. Alora and I should be back on next Thursday as well. And guys, keep an eye on the Peaches and Power Bombs page, because we are planning something really special for our Women's History Month panel for next month. We always try to do something special, and I think we're going to up ourselves, and that's saying something. So keep a lookout for that. So we're excited about that, and we'll see y'all next time. Stay peachy. Good night, sweet peach. It's time to go. Good night, sweet peach. It's the end of the show. We hate to leave, but we really can't stay. So good night.
sweet pea.